when you round the corner at Salmo Point, there's this moment, every fisherman here knows it, and you see the lights of Cordova covering the whole hill. And it's a good feeling. It's a home stretch from there. My name's Rita. I live in Cordova, Alaska, and I'm a commercial fisherman. I feel very lucky to have started running my own operation here in Cordova because there's so much support for new fishermen. People here are really very generous with their knowledge and expertise and always willing to help. The more I discover how things work behind the scenes as a captain, well, as a person or a community member, the more I can help out others, make smarter decisions, and just be a better person. So when the opportunity came up to tour Cordova Electric, you bet I was intrigued. My tour started at the new Science Center building, and that's where I met up with Clay Copeland. Good morning.
Oh, good morning.
I'm Rita.
Oh, Rita, Clay Copeland. Nice to meet you. We'll have a seat and we'll take a look at some pictures here before we go out to the project. So this is in 1917, and it gives you an idea that, they had street lights, telegraph wires, communications. It was a modern city. So this was the original project that was built in 1907, but then the project was kind of abandoned as the community switched to diesel fuel, and we rebuilt a modern project out there in 1990. But unfortunately, we had some terrible flooding in 2006, and the whole project was really destroyed from top to bottom. So we kind of had to start from scratch and rebuild the project. So you're going to see remnants of the old project. You're going to see the project that was built later that was destroyed by the flood. And then you're going to see what we have now.
It was incredible weather, shockingly, and we headed out on a landing craft to Humpback Creek, and we landed on the beach where we could see remnants from an early iteration of the project. From there, we hiked inland and followed the creek up into the mountains. You can walk on top of the pipe, it's called the penstock, and you walk over this insane bridge that's over this giant canyon with these beautiful waterfalls and crystal clear pools of water.
So this is where the original wooden dam was, and you can see there's a couple of really attractive features. See how the canyon gets narrower here? It gives downstream support for the dam so it can't get pushed downstream. And they built it right down to the hard bedrock where they can seal off most of the water flowing through it. The problem was they never appreciated how much gravel flowed through this creek, and it filled up with gravel, and it became a real challenge for them to operate.
Then we walked through this 500-foot-long tunnel where the penstock passes through the mountain and came out the other side onto the actual dam where you can look in and see the reservoir. It's a pretty spectacular project. Looking at it, it's like, how'd they get all this concrete up here? How'd they do this?
When they rebuilt the project in 1991, look where they put it, downstream of the flow. So when all that huge flood happened, it all concentrated at the highest velocity right there and just hammered that thing, destroyed it.
So Clay, in terms of the history of this project, I saw the log crib dam from 1907. I see this one from the 1990s that was blown out. This is obviously a remarkable project, but what are the things that you guys have put in place to ensure that it's going to last?
This is built in the right place. It's built on absolute solid rock. It's where the stream comes together and the canyon narrows here, so it's supported by the downstream solid rock. It's built with materials that are specified to last well over 50 years. We expect 100 years. When we were building this project, the way that I explained it to our board of directors and to our customers is, don't think of this as a project we're building for our customers today. Think of it as a project that we're building for their grandchildren and great-grandchildren. Because this project will still be here serving the community for another 100 years, I have no doubt. So you've kind of seen the whole project now, from where we take the water out of the creek, and this is where we return it to the creek. This little bit of water flowing back into the creek is powering 500 homes in Cordova right now.
In light of the different events that have happened at Humpback Creek, where things have had to be rebuilt and rebuilt, there's definitely an effort now to build things that will hopefully serve the community for a long time. Coming away from Humpback Creek, I found myself thinking about what other considerations have to be made to ensure reliable power in a remote place like this, while also keeping in mind the impact of these projects on the environment and community. So going into the next leg of my tour, I was looking forward to asking Clay those questions and just learning whatever else I could about what keeps our community going.